ready, and it got paused. So here we have it. This is VanillaTV bringing you the Esports Heaven Angels Cup final between Infused and Epsilon. First map was an Epsilon win, and let's see if Infused can put it out of the bag on Gullywash.
Right, well, just having a look at the Uber percentage here. No, they are about even. Okay, we do have Infused jumping over aggressively over onto the demo man. Extremer not taking any damage though, and Mike does also go down. In the process, Soldier's over, takes down Dunc. Took him down with a rocket jump actually. But F2's also gone down. We've got a little deathmatch here. We've only got Schocky alive. He does manage to take down numlocked. And he is reasonably weak. And the scout that was chasing him was also weak, and he had to fall back. And he is getting some time on the point. And it looks like Infused are taking this mid-fight.
Yeah, I thought Schocky was going to go back in then. For a second I thought about it, but he didn't go in. F2 will have an advantage. He's actually building that fast. I thought he might be running crits, and he's not. But Fuse taking that first mid-fight again, so maybe Arx's prediction will come true. We didn't say a score, by the way, Arx.
Okay, a final score. I'm going to go with 4-2 Infused. Infused taking at least 3 rounds in quick succession. Like 3-0 it will go to then, 4-2 final score.
Ooh, okay, based off the first 2 minutes, assuming they don't restart, which I keep on getting told about on Source TV, I'm going to go 3-2 in favour of Infused.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, Epsilon. I'll go Epsilon. Let's make it interesting. I'll go 3-2 in favour of Epsilon.
Okay, well let's see how that goes. At the moment things going reasonably slowly, but we're only 2 minutes into it. Here come Infused. Not popped their Uber, they delayed it a little bit this time before they popped it, but Epsilon, their medic quite content to just sit there. There we go, they've actually Ubered to try and kill these players on the flank. And they've got 2 out of 3 of them. One soldier is retreating, and now they're pushing over into middle from the side. Demo man has jumped over Extremer, getting a lot of pressure on Dunc, but Soldier of Mike does a long distance rocket jump to come in and defend him. Also takes a bit of damage, but Epsilon do have their 2 scouts sitting on middle, and there's not a lot that Infused can do about that.
No, they won't come back in. Just see if they can get picked. They took down F2 there. What on earth happened there?
Numlocked, I guess.
No, it was Mike and Cookye. I'm not sure. Did someone spot that? Maybe you spotted that, Arx. But they will probably come back in, and they have come back in. Gear going down as well. It's all turned around on this midpoint again, and Infused look like they want to take it again.
Yeah, I really think though that combo should be back helping that scout cap it quicker. Epsilon aren't really going to be pushing out. They don't have anywhere near their Uber, whereas Infused do. Just have a look. We do have wltrs running sniper. I'm just trying to see if he's going to peek the front door or where he's actually going to be peeking from. I'm actually going to...
He's at front spawn. He's at front spawn.
Ah, so he is in there waiting. Medics come around the corner. It's been called. He's looking at him. Misses the shot, but Soldier comes around. Dunc does pop his Uber, and Gear gets taken down in the process. Extremer taking down Fishy with a stick trap on the capture point. Now, that's their Uber use, but they are going to get this cap. Epsilon stuck on last with their Uber, and it's decision time for them. Do they push out and risk a back cap? Or do they just sacrifice that Uber advantage and wait for an Infused push? It's tough.
I think, I was going to say, they think they're waiting, but they are going to wait. But as he says that, it looks like they want to go and contest outside in the lobby area, and they have taken down Hat and Cookye using that Uber as well. I'm just going to find out where Infused got. Yeah, I was going to say, where's Infused Scouts gone? It's been called as well. Where's Dunc? Dunc's gone all the way back to that choke point in mid, Arx. So he didn't hang around at all. He went back. He wasn't mucking around. He wanted to stay alive and recycle.
Again though, but this time what that's done is it's swapped the Uber advantage into Infused's favour. Now they have lost the capture points, they still need to get that back, and if Epsilon are smart and they fall back, then they will have their Uber on last. But it all depends on if Infused can get in without popping their Uber on this point. They do have a sniper actually, just having a look at Cookye. That's a really good sniping position, and he's got a soldier defending him over there, and that's going to prevent the rest of the Epsilon team from pushing out that front door, so they're forced to go up top, which gives their medic a little bit more free roaming manoeuvre. Uber's been popped from Epsilon. Infused held on to theirs for a little bit longer, but now surely they're going to come in and put some aggression on them.
They have. Yeah, they used it. They used it much later, but it seems like Dunc again fell back. letting a couple of places go down. They will not have the damage dealers up again. I'm not sure where numlocked is. Maybe you can clock him where he is. But Infused have fallen back out through that side entrance. I still don't know where numlocked is. Maybe someone can tell me.
He's at
choke. He was at choke. He must have been standing at the back of mid. I thought he may have been trapped further forward. But Epsilon not hanging around. They've got 2 scouts on that point as well. Soldiers come up to meet and greet as well. He's going to make sure that soldier of Mike can't get out. Still receiving the heals, and Epsilon have already got that second point. Building Uber really fast as well. Are we going to see them push in?
Yeah, they'll probably try to carry this momentum here, get in. They've got all their players. Most of them are overhealed now. So in they come. Oh, Uber was popped on a player. wltrs goes down immediately there. If he's pushing aggressively towards them with that Uber, they do have to worry about someone coming in underneath, but there is a soldier covering that for the time being. 2 players for Epsilon going down, and Infused might see this as an opportunity to push out and try and pressure this 4th capture point. They've got a scout there, and the Epsilon player is actually pushing right back to choke. numlocked jumped very aggressively over onto them. A scout has seen him and tagged him a few times, but I think that Infused are going to comfortably take this point back.
Yeah, great play by Infused coming out, not hanging around there. They wanted to make sure the aggression actually worked and came out, managed to reclaim their second point. F2 actually faking his Uber there, I think, trying to make sure that Infused didn't think about pushing out. They will know that the Uber wasn't there. Just a lot of pot shots at the moment, not really going on, not much going on. As we see Nox come through the choke, gets taken down by Cookye. As now Epsilon looking like they want to come round, but happy to fall back out straight away. Arx, they don't want to lose any more players.
Yeah, Infused coming in with this Uber. Counter Uber has also been popped, and numlocked staying in there. That's surely going to result in him going down. 2 scouts just jumping very aggressively. I think he should have fell back with his medic, and I'm sure Dunc's going to be raging about that. Soldier of Hat also jumped in underneath. They have managed to take down a few of these Epsilon players. The rest of their team now coming into support. There's those 2 scouts, pretty much versus 2 scouts, and Dunc's underneath at the moment, grabbing a heal on one of them. It does look like Infused can come out on top just because of the health for the Epsilon players. We've got Nox very weak, and Gears only just respawned. So, although F2 has got that front spawn, Infused taking back this mid.
Yep, they're going to come through that choke point straight away as well. They want to get more time on those the second CP as quick as they can. Looks like Epsilon not happy to give up the point without contesting it. Mike takes down Gear. Are they going to come out? They are going to come outside. So F2's going to come out as well. The scouts have joined them as well, so I would expect Epsilon to hang on to this point here. Fisher goes down as well. Dunc and the rest of his team just sitting back at that choke point and almost baiting Epsilon to have a peek around, sticky traps set up. Good play so far by both teams. 22 minutes remaining, so there's 8 minutes gone and still 0-0 the score. This is VanillaTV and you are watching the Esports Heaven Angels Cup final between Infused and Epsilon. And Epsilon taking the first map 1-0, so Infused will need to win this and have a chance and have get another hand back on the 750 euros up for grabs.
Yeah, okay, Infused making a push in now. numlocked actually gets taken down before the Uber's popped on him, and that was a big mistake. He pushed way too aggressively. Medic didn't even get a chance to go through him with him, basically. Now 2 soldiers jumping up aggressively. Oh, Epsilon, beautiful play. They are pushing forward, but actually Fish, you come up behind, and that might be a saving grace for them. It's now Infused turn to go aggressive. That completely interrupted them, but is it going to be enough? We do have a scout medic soldier versus just the lone soldier outside. He's trying to escape up top, very weak. Scouts come out to try and help him. But Infused look like they've got the players and now the Uber advantage.
Yep, as Mike goes up as well, takes care of Nox and Schocky. Well played, Mike. There was a med pack there available, but they will have about a 60% Uber advantage by the time they get to the front door. And that's by the front door of last, I mean. So that's the lobby area. Looking like they're opting for up top this time. We haven't seen them do this just yet, but I guess we haven't. We haven't seen them push on last yet, have we? Actually, I say that.
We saw one earlier. I think it was Epsilon pushing Infused, but that was a long time ago. I mean, we've been 10 minutes, and it's still 0-0. But either way, here comes Infused. Heavy is being run, but Scout's getting a lot of time over on the point. He's actually underneath, harassing the soldier of Gear who was there. Didn't actually connect any scattergun shots with him, which is interesting. But in the meantime, Epsilon, their players are just going down left, right and centre here. They've got that one Heavy trying to do what he can, mows down the soldier, but Scout's over on the point, came through underneath, and finally Infused taking the first round. 1-0, 10 minutes remaining.
For a second, I thought
remaining.
Epsilon were gonna yeah. For a second, I thought Epsilon were gonna hold that. You know, actually, the Pyro was holding off the combo, numlocked and dunc. They didn't seem to take care of him again. I guess some teams just like think someone's gonna take care of this Pyro. But either way, this is round 2. Let's just see if we see anything different. Epsilon are the first team to jump up onto the point. Both soldiers up on point actually. Fishu and Cookye, so it's both scouts down for Infused. And Epsilon looking like they've got more aggression on the point this time. Infused 3 players down, they don't want to lose any more. Mike goes down as well, so it's only dunc and numlocked up at the moment. And they're going to fall back straight away. Most important thing there though is that dunc did not go down. And so they won't have a huge advantage as they come into second and come into last.
Yeah, surely we can expect... I actually think they thought that Infused were going to go out and try and stop that. They did have their 2 scouts there. They might have been able to push out, force the Uber, and just see how that goes. Because worst case scenario, you force their Uber, they have to wait to build it. And okay, it's not quite the worst case scenario, is it? The worst case scenario would be your medic dies, you waste your Uber, and they just walk in. But I thought it might have been worth a shout. Either way, we do have 100% Uber for both teams. Dog goes down to a spy. Nox didn't actually get a backstab, just managed to kill him. Did not even see that he was running scout. Now Epsilon have popped their Uber on the point. That's how far in they got. There is still stickies there, and Epsilon F2 standing around those stickies, or at least he was. But there is a demo man of Extremer on the point, does manage to finish the cap. And now it is 1-1. My prediction's wrong.
Mine's still up for grabs actually. I didn't see the spy, apologies. I did not clock it at all. Maybe I was just more interested to see where their push was coming in. But 1-1 the score, 18 minutes remaining, much faster round this time. Well, that time even. Let's just see if Infused try anything different on middle again though. Epsilon opted to go aggressive, but Infused have come jumping in behind them. They take down Nox, Hack gets taken down on return, numlocked and Extremer both going down, so it's both demos gone. In the end, I would say Infused are in a slightly better position up top at the moment. They do have that height advantage as Gear and Schocky go down, only F2, and Cookye is chasing fast. Let's just see if he manages to take him down. Needle's coming in, Soldier's going to come in and help him out and surely save F2 there. But Infused have been building, and let's just see if they can make a fight. No one capped middle.
Nah,
no one capped middle.
That's it, they all got excited chasing that medic, but they only had those 3 players there. The scout obviously ran off to get the medic, which was a good call. It was definitely worth the attempt to sell medic on his own, but it does mean that they haven't managed to even get through this choke point. And obviously Epsilon still have that Uber. Oh, what? They popped this incredibly early. Counter Uber's been popped, which is lucky for them, because that kind of evens it up a little bit. I don't think Epsilon are going to be pushing through here, but I feel Infused, they could have done better with that.
I think F2 got it Arx actually. I think
he had Uber.
Yeah, I think he just popped it just before though, because I think we were both watching the Infused players. Because if you look at if you look now, in fact, actually, you might be right. No, unless Dunk's building it. Oh, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Either way, they popped it early. They're going to try and get through the choke point without it. Extremer and Nox go down to numlocked stickies.
Huge kills.
Yeah, I didn't really see that there. Must have been over the top. One of the soldiers, it looked like Hat come round all the way around the back. Gets taken down, but it has allowed the Infused players to move forward. Epsilon losing players left, right and centre at the moment, and in the end it's 6 players down, and they've left the scout to cap the second, and they're walking on to final. Demo has spawned on the left side, Soldier has spawned on the right side. They're not going to be able to get out. Numlocked, Uber's been forced. They need to cap this before Epsilon gets the spawns.
Oh,
and this could be interesting. Epsilon are managing to get the spawns. Scout of Cookye still floating around. He's not going to be able to do it. And oh my gosh, worst result for Infused there. Epsilon are still getting their spawns, but they're so weak as Infused finally come back in and do what they wanted to do in the first place. Wow.
I am so I don't know, glad that they managed to get that, because that would have been catastrophic. They had perfect execution moving into that last point. One soldier jumped up to the right, Demo jumps up to the left, or the other way around. And all the medic had to do was walk on the point, and he would have capped it. Both of the doors were covered, but he just stood there and no one got on the point, and it was too close. But in the end, they got there. So now we're going on to round 4 in the mid-fight. Epsilon getting a lot of time on the capture point, and they're opted to run wltrs as a sniper as well. He's only just fired his first shot, but it looks like Epsilon have already won this mid-fight, regardless.
Yeah, Nox is running heavy. They're swapping it up again. Obviously not happy with something in middle. I thought they were doing quite well in the middle, personally. But nevertheless, Infused seems to opt to opt to be able to sit upstairs right now. Numlocked wanted to go flying in, he does. Uber has been popped by Infused. wltrs goes down. I'm just trying to see where Epsilon... They went all the way back to choke point, delayed that Uber. As they're now coming back out, Dunc went flying. Knox takes him down. Could be a bad result for Infused coming up here. They don't want to lose too many players, but they're pulling it out of the bag. And Epsilon, 5 players down. And as I'm purposely trying to keep my voice down now.
Yeah, that was some great coordination, great use of the mobility advantage that they have. I mean, with the 2 scouts, the 2 soldiers, it meant that they could push in really aggressively, and that's something which Epsilon, you can't do when you're running a sniper and a heavy. It's more slow, it's more centralized, if you want to put it that way. And yeah, Infused basically went with their strength. And well, now they're in control of mid. We'll just
and they've slowed it down. They've slowed it down, Arx.
Yeah, that's correct. They are in the lead. There's still 14 minutes remaining, so it's just it's changing things about. You know, you don't want to go the whole game going crazy, intense, aggressive. Sometimes it's good just take a little breather, sum up the situation. Maybe you'll get a pick on something. I mean, they might jump a soldier in and force an Uber, and you can play those kind of advantages. So, yep, as you said, they're slowing it down here.
Yeah, Knox opting to run soldier again. They've slowed it really right down now. They're even allowing F2 to get that Uber, well, Dunc to get his Uber as well, and it has been popped early. F2 slightly delayed, they will fall back, but Epsilon don't seem like they're chasing. Maybe opting to go that side entrance, but Infused are there. Are they going to be able to manage to get behind them?
I don't know, Infused, oh, they had 1 scout going there. They are pushing aggressive, but a soldier and a scout's also gone down. I'm a little worried because Fishy was quite weak as well, getting chased by a scout, but he does manage to get out. And it's a reasonably even exchange, because even if Infused do decide to push this, Epsilon decide to push this, then Infused are getting their spawns coming in from a forward position. Nice timed aggression from both the flanks there from Epsilon. So they are going to take this middle, because Infused don't have that Uber, there's no time to go around and come in before the capture's complete. So yeah, Epsilon, great play. Getting that midpoint back, and well, we're probably going to see a push from them reasonably soon.
Yeah, I guess we won't see Infused come out here. Even though FC are opting to sit right back at the point, it's like almost like they're intimidated. They think maybe Infused are going to come out aggressive again. Oh, he says that, and they're coming out down the side. They've got through the side actually. A soldier and scout have managed to get behind them here. It's just one of the soldiers coming out. Uber has been popped by both teams. No, sorry, it was only Infused. Sorry, I didn't realise that F2 hadn't used his now. And they are going to come in, and surely F2 are going to F2 and his team are going to capitalise on this. Dunc goes down. He's the only loss so far. Hack goes down as well. I'm just looking for a back cap. Any scouts managed to get behind? They haven't at the moment. Numlocked taking down Extreme and Schocky. Cookye take down F2, so Epsilon might not make the most of this advantage at the moment. Gear's so weak as well. And it's only Numlocked. If he comes down and maybe meets them on the floor, he might do a little bit better. But at the moment, he's going to get picked off here. And it's unlucky in the end, but it has allowed his players to respawn. And, well, they're already at the front door, waiting to come back out at them, Arx.
Yeah, I think they probably should have followed that scout just there. He pushed out aggressively, a lot of shots were wasted on him, and they could easily take back this point before the Epsilon reinforcements came back in. Yeah, Numlocked, he did a good job sitting up top. He was using that height advantage very, very well. And managed to buy some time, but in the end the result just stayed the same.
Yeah, so it's now Infused's turn to go on the defence. Fishy's actually running Pyro, obviously spy checking constantly now, after we saw the spy earlier. But no one is running spy at the moment. F2 still building that Uber. It's been a great game so far. 10 minutes remaining, 2-1 the score in favour of Infused. They do have it now. Let's just see where they opt. They may opt for this front door again. Let's just see if they opt to take care of the Pyro quicker this time, though. I have seen quite recently most teams seem to sort of like forget about the Pyro, trying to push through him, but he keeps on pushing you back. As Mike sort of like trolls, just saying spy. As there's a scout on point, surely someone's going to have to come down and block that. Uber comes in. F2 and his team are going to have to delay it, and they are going to come in now. That's probably the worst result for Infused at the moment. Hat and Cookye going down. Epsilon, I was going to say, Epsilon are all over this. Infused, no chance, and it's 2-all the score. 10 minutes remaining. Another close encounter in this Angels Cup final, Arx.
Yeah, write down that strategy, guys. That was insanely well planned and timed. You could tell what they did. They basically sent a soldier jumping in, and when everyone turns around to deal with the soldier, the scout, who was underneath quite early, just walked on the point. So much time on the point, and from then on it was always going to be an Epsilon victory. So they are opting again to run a heavy and a sniper combo on middle because it worked so effectively last time, and Infused, well, they're not even coming in to contest it. That's how well that is working for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised as wltrs took down cookye there, by the way. I'm surprised at that, really. They do need to win this map, but I guess heavy on middle is just... There's just so much pain and fire. I mean, actually you can see so many spots. You can always get hit by it, but... this heavy on this map always slows it down so much. I'm just following... it looked like Hat. It was Hat in the end. Extremer goes down to Hat. They did pop that Uber to come out there, and F2 does have that slight delay advantage. And Infused almost like contesting that second point, but they've lost a couple players doing it. Gear goes down as well. I'm not sure who's really won that battle there, and it's Infused who are falling back. So I would say it's going to have to go to Epsi, and the heavy may be the difference. And wltrs still running snipers, so they're just running just the one scout at the moment. Let's just see if they try this same tactic again. Imagine the heavy will come through this top side. Yeah, it looks like it's going up there. I'm going to stay on the heavy, in fact, just to see where he goes. Coming down to that lobby area. He's getting stickied up there. He's going to have to fall back. wltrs and Knox going down, so the heavy is down. Infused might think about coming out here, but they've lost numlocked, so again that may delay even more. Again, and Infused, they've left Hat and Medic and Mike as well on last to make sure no one else came in. And now we see an Epsilon coming in, Arx.
Yeah, they are coming in. No doubt that heavy's going to probably change class while he's in the spawn, but the counter Uber has been popped from Infused. Scout on the point again underneath, actually manages to cap it pretty much single-handedly. Infused not having that direction covered at all. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, Knox still running heavy Arx. They obviously know that's working on middle now. wltrs still running sniper. Blimey, so from what we saw from earlier from Infused on this middle area, I'm just going to see where Knox is actually sitting. I think he's sitting with the sniper and the medic, so anyone that gets near the medic is obviously getting shot down by the heavy, just sitting there with him. As they now come up that ramp on the left-hand side. Yeah, Dunc went down as well, and it looks like this is going to be Epsilon's middle again. Hat gets taken down by a nice shot to the face by wltrs, and it's 5 players down. It's only numlocked. Epsilon looking more and more stronger as this match goes on.
Yeah, this is just the current strategy that they're running plays completely against everything that Infused go. Well, the way that they play. Infused rely on those aggressive single players getting some damage out, and you can't play that way against this composition because basically Infused need to get medic picks, but they need to get control medic picks. They can't go aggressively because you take down that medic, suddenly that heavy loses 150 health. He's very vulnerable without that heavy on him, and that sniper, well, he can't get any cover without that heavy. Whereas with Epsilon, they need to do the opposite thing. They basically just need to kill the damage dealers, because then that heavy stays alive forever. So with Infused jumping into them with their soldiers, they're just killing them, and then there's not enough damage dealers left for that. And now you're going to see on this last, because Infused have lost 2 of their damage dealers, we've got that heavy sitting there. Pyro is causing him a bit of problems, but actually Demo Man's going to come in and clean him up. And we're only going to have wltrs left, but yeah, I think this is just playing really well into Epsilon's hands.
Yep, I thought Infused did quite well to hold that then. Their spawners managed to hold it for them. Epsilon looking like they want to send a couple in, but this will be Epsilon time now. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining. Let's just see. Knox has switched back to Soldier, by the way, so we were just talking about he switched back. I guess to get through this choke point they need, well, he probably wanted to get back to the fight quicker actually, Arx, I imagine, yeah. So that's probably why. Let's just see if they try and come through a little bit more aggressively. Numlocked gets taken down, so it's going to slow it right down again, Arx, and all in favour of Epsilon at the moment.
Yes, yeah, as they make their way through the choke, Dunc is running back with his soldiers to go into the lobby. They have lost Numlocked. It's going to be... They could really do with him now, because maybe they could circle around and go up top and throw some spam down over on that capture point, but without numlocked there, they're hindered back to their last.
Yep, and if Epsilon win this map, this will be that's it, game over. They will win that cash. 750 euros up for grabs tonight. I'm not sure what the second place winner gets, unless it's winner take all. Someone correct me again. I didn't see any second place tier prizes or anything like that. So Infused setting up. Standard defense at the moment. They are opting to run that pyro. Just trying to see where the pyro's sitting. Actually, it's up top on one of those pipes. No one again watching below, by the way. Everyone. So no one's watching below. Does anyone else notice that?
It's fine if you don't watch below, but a scout was peeking, because there's only one way you can go in from below, so as long as someone's watching that right entrance. The problem is that the last time that happened, a soldier jumped in, which completely distracted the player who was watching that side entrance, so the scout just had a free run in there, and it wouldn't surprise me if you see them doing essentially the same thing again. We do have Knox on soldier. I mean, surely they're going to be a bit cautious of this, but if they are going to do the same thing, they're going to send one of these soldiers through this side entrance and jump him round, and then just have a look to see if that scout does run through that lower entrance.
Yeah, Epsilon opting to take as much time as they want though. Again, it's time in their favour. 3 minutes, Smart remains, and Dunk's popped his Uber to come out. They have to go on the attack. Mike gets taken down. Epsilon has moved in onto the side. Infused coming back in behind though, and Epsilon still doing a lot, taking down a lot of the damage dealers. Dunks goes down, numlock's down, cookie's down, scout on the point, soldier flying in the air. That was come in, and it's 4-2 the score. 3.5 minutes remaining, and now if Epsilon run that heavy on middle, I think we could be saying good game very, very quickly.
Yep, they have opted to go with that heavy and sniper combo again. Infused just not really having an answer for it at the moment, but Infused are going to be playing aggressive because of the time, and this could work in their favour as long as they all go roughly at the same time. They need to focus down that heavy and basically just get in the point. And it does look like they are intimidating them a bit more now. However, Hat and Dunk and Mike have also gone down. Sniper, Scout and Soldier being the ones who killed them. And so, yeah, this isn't going to work for Infused. They do have numlocked hanging around underneath. He hasn't been spotted. Oh, Soldier's actually gone down to look for him. Didn't see him. So numlock's still going to be in for a chance to kill someone on the point. Gets a sniper blindly, but he's going to get finished off, and that's pretty much that.
Yep, that's unlucky really. In the end of it, he did manage to hide away there. Again, Epsilon just taking their time, not pushing. Time is in their favour now. They won't need to push. They can probably just sit there. Mike obviously going aggressive. And did force the Uber, actually. I didn't notice that. I was watching where Infused was opting to defend. Has forced that Uber. Infused only 50% at the moment with Heavy sitting on the top of that point. It's going to spam anyone coming outside of that top entrance. Soldier of Hat goes flying. He's taken down by wltrs with a nice shot to the head as well. Knox gets taken down eventually by the scout below, but Epsilon, if they can just stay alive here, keep a few players alive, they will be able to hold that middle, but it's only F2 and Extremer. Infused are going to have to come out here, and they could make it interesting. They do have that Uber, ×4 on that middle point. They probably need to carry on pushing right now, which they are, coming through the side entrance, and Epsilon have gone all the way back to last. 65% Uber for them. I don't think we're going to have enough time, Arx. Infused doing a good job here, trying to cap fast, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to get this and another.
They need to get this over with in 20 seconds, 10 seconds for Uber. This needs to go perfectly for them. And now players have come in, but there is that Heavy. Scout's getting a bit of time on the point, but it's not going to be enough there. We are going to see Infused coming back in. They do, however, only have a Soldier and a Medic and a Demonman coming in. Soldier's jumped in to try and damage the Heavy. Heavy does go down. And there is a Scout sitting on the back of the point. He's got a lot of time on the point, but there's only Dunk. Dunk's surely going to go for a back cap on this. Oh, never mind. Dunk got taken down as well. So that is GG. Only 53 seconds. There's no chance for them clawing back 2 rounds. And actually, it looks like the Infused players are leaving in true StarCraft style. GG.
Yep, so there we have it. That was the Esports Angels Cup final. You have been listening to and watching VanillaTV. We've been Infused versus Epsilon. The winner is Epsilon across 2 maps in the end. A golden cap win on Snakewater and a 4-2 win on Gullywash. So thank you for listening to VanillaTV tonight. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. That's from all of us at the ABC crew. It's myself, Arx. Say goodnight.
Good night.
And it's good night from Comedian. Good night.
Good night. Whoa. Comedian, when did you learn how to do harmonies by yourself?
Right, so there we have it. Thanks all, and congratulations to Epsilon picking up €750.